Question 8. Now, question 8 is worth a lot of marks. Now, one of the things that you will have to get used to as we kind of do more and more of these papers is just not leaving things like this out. 6 marks implies that you're going to be doing at least 4 or 5 different things in here to get to your answer. Okay? So, for the time being, don't worry about getting fully right the way through this. Just think about what you could do with certain pieces of information to start to pick up marks. And then once you kind of get a little bit of a foothold in a question like this, it does then start to kind of make sense about what you should be doing. So, fashion store buys 200 bracelets for £6.30 each. The store sells 60% of them for £10 each, and then the remaining ones are sold £4 each. How much profit or loss did the fashion store make? So profit, remember, is money coming in minus money going out. I've just written that off the screen, haven't I? Money coming in minus the money coming out. So let's look at the money going out first, because there's only one bit of that. So what has the store paid out? So ask yourself within there, what has the store actually paid for? Well, the first line says that the store buys 200 bracelets for £6.30 each. Nowhere else in this little paragraph does it say that they spend money. So that is the only money that they have spent in this entire kind of situation. So we need to figure that out. Okay, again, if you know what you're doing here, pause the video. Otherwise, you'll be doing 200 lots of £6.30. So let's do 200 times £6.30. And again, remember all of this on your calculator. 200 times £6.30, and that gives me 1,260. Okay, so that is the money being paid out. Now let's have a look at the money that is coming in to the shop. The store sells 60% of the bracelets for £10 each. So what we need to figure out is what 60% of 200 is. That will tell me how many bracelets we're talking about in this second line. And then I can times them by £10, and that will tell me how much that is. Okay, now if you are doing percentages on a calculator, you can, if you want to, figure out, do 200, figure out 10% is going to be 20, times that by 6. That's one way of doing it. The other way of doing it is that you can, so you can do 0.6 times 200. That'll give you 120 as well. Or you can actually, there is a percentage button on your calculator. My calculator might be a little bit different for you than yours, but mine's there. Can you see that percentage button in gold? Which means that if I do 60, press that shift button and then press that, it comes up as 60%. And then of in maths means times. 60% of 200 means that whichever way you want to work that out, we're going to be looking at 120 bracelets, and we're going to be selling them for £10 each. So that's £1,200 in straight away. It then says the remaining bracelets are later sold at a reduced pound of £4 each. Well, I've already sold 120 and I started with 200. How many are remaining? Well, that's quite an easy sum to do, isn't it? Just do 200, started with 200, sold 120. So there are 80 bracelets remaining, and I need to do that 80. I'm getting £4 for each one. So 80 times 4, again on your calculator, 80 times 4 equals 320. So that is money coming in as well. So the money coming in is that, add that, which gives me 1,520. So to figure out whether I'm doing profit or loss, I paid out 1,260. I got back 1,520. So I've definitely got back more money than I paid out. So it's definitely a profit, isn't it? So I'm going to do 1,520 minus 1,260. 1,520 minus 1,260. It means that I make £260 profit.